Hello everybody. Today we'll talk about IFR pilots. IFR pilots is more professional than VFR pilots because they got more experience in flying in bad weather and flying the instrument. And they are more professional in flying an instrument because to pass an exam for the instrument you need at least 6 months of studies and hard work. So most of pilots they have an instrument, but it's a basic, they call basic instrument. But for real instrument pilots and the one who has a good experience in this field, he must finish 6 months of studies in instrument and he get the instrument rated. Anyhow, we'll talk a little just to give an idea about the weather or flight categories and color coding for the IFR. For example, low IFR, they have a color coding. When you check in the map, it's in magenta, and that tells you ceiling less than 500 feet or visibility less than 1 mile. This kind of weather need a good skills, and the pilot must be professional to fly in this kind of weather. And also it needs a lot of training because, as you see, ceiling is less than 500 feet. And you need a special IFR pilot plus special aircraft to fly at this low altitude. Like we said, the ceiling is less than 500 feet or visibility less than 1 mile. And this is, it needs good training and good qualified pilot for this kind of flying in this kind of weather. This is low IFR flying. Like we said, color coding in magenta. For IFR, you will see the color coding is in red in the map for the weather radar or the weather chart. Usually in the operation room, they have like a map for the areas, and they divide it and tells you where is the good weather and where is the bad weather by the color coding for the IFR pilots. For IFR, they use red color. The ceiling 500 feet to less than 1,000 feet, or visibility from 1 mile to less than 3 miles. So when weather is like that, it's IFR. That's mean you have ceiling less than 1,000 and above 500 feet, This is like a normal IFR flying. You can do a normal IFR flying. And the visibility from 1 mile to less than 3 miles. So this is called IFR flying or IFR weather. Also we have called marginal VFR. The marginal VFR is coded in blue. We check in the weather map, you're gonna see blue color. That's mean marginal VFR. And what's the marginal VFR? A lot of pilots, of course, with this experience or basic, they have basic IFR, they don't know what marginal VFR. Marginal VFR, ceiling 1,000 to 3,000 feet, or visibility 3 miles to 5 miles. This is called marginal VFR. For, of course, also marginal VFR, you must be IFR rated, not for VFR pilot. So be careful for that. For VFR pilots, for example, they use the green color coded. That means ceiling greater than 3,000 feet and visibility is greater than 5 miles. Include sky clear. So this is VFR is for anybody to fly. When you have ceiling 3,000 feet and above, and you have 5 mile visibility and above, it's clear for all the pilots, they can fly in this kind of weather. Less than that, VFR pilots stay home. They cannot fly in this kind of weather. So just like to clear things, because some, I will say, basic IFR pilots, they don't know these flight categories, because you should be thinking, where are you in this category, even if you are IFR pilot, because usually low IFR flight is very special for people that they do a lot of training, and for low IFR, and special IFR pilots, plus special aircraft to fly in this kind of weather. So just I would like to clear these things for people to understand. Also, I would like to clear things. Also, don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted that a green dot means no clouds. So we always should check the weather. Okay, you might have the VFR visibility and cloud base, but still you might have a cloud. But for example, like we said, cloud, we said 3,000 feet. okay, 3,000 feet, and visibility 5 mile. So it might be there is a cloud, and might there is no cloud. But for VFR pilot, don't fly when the visibility is less than 5 miles and the cloud base is less than 3,000 feet. Be careful. For IFR pilot, they can't do it because they've been trained to do these things. They know how to fly instruments. VFR pilot, they are looking outside, not inside the instrument. They are independent and looking outside the aircraft, and they know where they are. And they can fly while they are looking outside the aircraft. But for instrument flying, they call it instrument. That's why they are independent in looking at the instrument. They are not independent in looking outside. A lot of difference between VFR pilot and IFR pilot. Okay, we'll talk about some other things, inshallah, in near future, inshallah. Thank you. Have a nice day.